What you're about to experience was meant to stay buried. There are institutions that have worked for centuries to keep this sonic technology out of your awareness, because once you hear it, once you activate it, you gain access to a power that makes you impossible to control. Documented cases of spontaneous healing, chronic conditions vanishing overnight, shifts in consciousness that defy every model science has built, all trace back to one specific vibrational frequency. This isn't speculation or mysticism dressed up as fact. This is acoustic technology that ancient Egyptian mystery schools under the guidance of Thoth, the architect of universal law, had already mastered thousands of years before modern medicine was even conceived. Here's what nobody's telling you. That exhaustion you can't shake, that anxiety loop playing on repeat in your nervous system, even that persistent illness your doctors keep saying is just part of getting older. These aren't random biological failures. They're symptoms of a system vibrating at the wrong frequency. And there exists a sound, a precise harmonic key, that can recalibrate your entire biological field almost instantaneously. I'm not here just to describe this frequency to you. I'm going to show you exactly how to turn it on inside your own body. But here's the thing. Before you can use it, you need to understand why it was systematically erased from collective memory. The answer involves decisions made millennia ago by power structures that understood one simple truth. A human being tuned to the correct frequency cannot be manipulated. Stay with me through what comes next, because what I'm about to reveal has the potential to completely rewrite your relationship with health, with reality, with the very fabric of your existence. If something inside you recognizes that there's a dormant intelligence waiting to come online, go ahead and drop this in the comments right now. I'm ready to awaken. Tesla once said that if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. He wasn't speaking metaphorically. He was pointing to a literal truth about the architecture of reality itself. What if I told you there's a specific sound, a singular frequency, that history has tried to erase from human memory, not once but repeatedly across multiple civilizations? A vibration so foundational to the structure of life that every attempt to suppress it only proves how dangerous it is to systems that profit from your dependence. If you're hearing about this now, understand something. This isn't random. This isn't the algorithm serving you content. This is resonance. Something ancient inside you, a blueprint older than your conscious memory, is finally ready to remember what it already knows. For generations, we've been conditioned to believe that healing happens outside of us, that health is something we purchase, something administered by external authorities, through pills and procedures and protocols. We've been taught to see these bodies we inhabit as mechanical systems, prone to breaking down, requiring constant maintenance from experts who supposedly understand us better than we understand ourselves. But here's the truth they don't want you to see. That entire paradigm is designed to keep you powerless. The actual truth is that the power to regenerate damaged tissue, to restore balance to disrupted systems, to create what conventional medicine calls spontaneous remission, that power isn't located in some hospital or laboratory. It exists as a frequency, a specific vibrational pattern that your body doesn't just recognize. Your body craves it. Your cells are literally starving for this sound. We're about to open a gateway to knowledge that's been deemed too dangerous for widespread distribution. Not knowledge about finding the right cure or the right expert. Knowledge about activating the biological technology you were born with. Technology that's been sitting dormant your entire life waiting for the right signal. Imagine for just a moment that your body isn't actually a machine at all. Imagine instead that you're a musical instrument of divine engineering, calibrated to perfection, but detuned over years of living in a world designed to keep you out of harmony. Think about where you are right now in your life. That persistent feeling that something fundamental is missing. That chronic tiredness that no amount of sleep seems to touch. That condition your doctors have been managing rather than healing. What if none of these are actually problems with your biology? What if they're simply symptoms of an instrument that's fallen out of tune? Modern civilization surrounds you with vibrational chaos, the electromagnetic frequencies of wireless technology, the cortisol-inducing stress of economic anxiety, the fear-based programming streaming through your news feeds, the relentless comparison and validation-seeking of social media. Every single one of these generates its own frequency, and collectively, they create a wall of dissonance that drowns out your body's natural harmonic signature. This dissonance manifests in your physical form as disease, in your emotional body as depression and anxiety, in your sense of purpose as that nagging feeling that you're not living the life you were meant to live. You've been programmed to accept this state as normal. But let me be absolutely clear. Your natural state isn't sickness. It's radiant vitality. Your natural state isn't chaos and confusion. It's crystalline harmony. Encoded within every cell of your physical body is a memory, an original template of perfect health and limitless energy. That cellular memory hasn't disappeared. It's simply been buried under layers of discordant frequency, unable to broadcast clearly through all the static. What we're exploring together isn't about adding something foreign to your system. It's about stripping away the interference patterns so that your body's true song can finally be heard. It's about returning to you the tuning instrument that was deliberately removed from human hands. Your biology was intentionally knocked out of alignment, and the evidence for this lies in the forgotten texts of history. In the year 325 of the Common Era, at the Council of Nicaea, church authorities declared dozens of ancient manuscripts heretical and ordered them destroyed. The official explanation was theological deviation. The actual reason was far more threatening to institutional power. Those texts contained instructions for a technology that rendered external religious authority obsolete. A technology for direct access to the source code of reality. A technology you're about to understand. The manuscripts that survived, like those discovered in the caves of Nag Hammadi, didn't preach about rewards in an afterlife. They taught practical methods for transformation in this life. Techniques for resurrection of consciousness through vibrational recalibration. This wasn't religious dogma. This was an operations manual for activating the latent potential hardwired into human DNA. And it was systematically hidden because people who know how to heal themselves, who know how to tune their own frequency, don't require priests or kings or pharmaceutical companies to mediate their relationship with reality. The trail of evidence leads to a mysterious community that lived in the desert near the Dead Sea, the Essenes. Historical accounts from Flavius Josephus describe them as healers who could reverse what physicians declared incurable. But they didn't use herbs or surgery. They used something they called kol refu, the voice of healing. They understood that sound wasn't just vibration moving through air. Sound was the fundamental tool for rewriting biological code, for performing what we in our limited understanding call miracles. Their methodology was precise and repeatable. Those suffering from disease were positioned within a carefully constructed acoustic field, generated through specific vocal patterns. Multiple witnesses documented the same phenomenon. After exposure to these frequencies, individuals who couldn't walk simply stood up. Blind individuals reported the return of sight. It wasn't faith, it wasn't placebo. It was applied spiritual physics, technology that interfaced directly with cellular structure. The Essenes had discovered that what we call disease is really just dissonance, a cell or organ or system vibrating at the wrong frequency. Their voice of healing reintroduced the correct harmonic pattern, the note of perfect health, and the body, recognizing its original song, realigned itself automatically. This knowledge, this power that placed healing directly in individual hands rather than institutional control, was considered too dangerous to be allowed to spread. And what the ancients knew through direct experience, modern science is now confirming in laboratories around the world. The visible proof that sound literally sculpts reality. The concept that sound can heal might sound like mysticism to the modern mind. But contemporary science is providing us with visual, undeniable evidence that the ancient masters were describing literal truth. There's an entire field of research called Cymatics, the science of making vibration visible. Here's what researchers do. They take a flat surface covered with a thin layer of fine particles, sand, salt, sometimes just water. Then they introduce a specific sound frequency through that surface. What happens next defies the assumptions most people carry about how reality works. The seeming randomness of the scattered particles instantly transforms into geometric order. Depending on the precise frequency being transmitted, the particles arrange themselves into complex symmetrical patterns, perfect mandalas, hexagonal lattices, star formations, shapes that are identical to patterns we see throughout nature, in the spiral of a nautilus shell, in the crystalline structure of snowflakes, in the architectural proportions of ancient sacred sites across every continent. This isn't artistic interpretation. This is empirical demonstration that sound carries organizing information. That frequency is a creative force with the power to structure matter. Physical substance has no choice in the matter. It must obey the instruction embedded in the vibration. Now let that sink in for a moment. Let yourself really absorb what this means. Your body is more than 60% water. Each of the trillions of cells comprising your physical form is essentially a membrane-bound sack of structured water. If a simple sound wave can reorganize a random pile of sand into a geometric masterpiece, what do you think a specific, intentionally directed frequency can do to the water that makes up the majority of your physical being? What transformation occurs at the cellular level when your body is immersed in the right vibrational field? The answer comes from decades of research by Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto. Dr. Emoto developed a methodology for photographing water crystals after exposing them to different vibrational stimuli. His findings revolutionized our understanding of water's properties. Water that was exposed to loving words, grateful intentions, and compassionate emotions formed frozen crystals of breathtaking beauty and perfect geometric symmetry. They looked like living jewels. But water exposed to hateful language, fearful thoughts, and angry emotions refused to form coherent crystals at all. Instead, the frozen structures were chaotic, malformed, devoid of beauty or pattern. What his work proved is that water isn't just a passive medium. Water has memory. Water responds directly to the vibrational signature of consciousness itself. Now apply that understanding to your own existence. You aren't a solid body with some water inside it. You are water, given conscious form. You are an ocean of intelligent fluid, thinking, feeling, and making choices. Seen through this lens, what is disease really? Disease is chaos in your body's water. It's a dissonant frequency, a discordant vibration introduced through chronic stress, unresolved trauma, environmental toxins, or repetitive negative thought patterns. The molecular structure of the water in your cells loses its sacred geometric order. Its natural harmony collapses into disorder. Healing, then, stops being a war against an invading enemy. Healing becomes an act of retuning. You're not fighting the disease. You're reintroducing the correct melody. You're playing the music of health so loudly and clearly that the water comprising your cells remembers its perfection and spontaneously reorganizes itself into crystalline, harmonious patterns. Disease equals chaos. Health equals geometric order. And sound is the most powerful instrument we have for transforming chaos into order. But here's what makes this work. For sound to create healing, it must be amplified by the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your entire body, a force field you're producing right now. If sound is the instrument of healing, your heart is the amplifier that makes it work. For most of human history, we've thought of the heart as nothing more than a pump, a mechanical device that moves blood through vessels. But researchers at the HeartMath Institute in California have made discoveries that completely overturn that limited understanding. They've proven through rigorous measurement that the heart is actually the most powerful intelligence center in the human organism. It generates an electromagnetic field that is measurably 5,000 times stronger than the field produced by your brain. And this field doesn't stop at the boundary of your skin. It radiates outward from your chest in every direction, creating an energy sphere that extends several meters in all directions. This electromagnetic field isn't a static phenomenon. It's constantly shifting and changing in response to your emotional state. When you experience what we call low vibrational emotions, fear, anger, frustration, anxiety, resentment, your heart rhythm becomes erratic and disordered. The electromagnetic field you're broadcasting becomes incoherent and chaotic. It's like a radio station transmitting nothing but static. In this state, your cognitive abilities decline, your immune system weakens, your body floods with stress hormones that over time create the conditions for chronic disease. But something extraordinary happens when you cultivate elevated emotional states. When you genuinely feel love, gratitude, compassion, joy, appreciation, your heart rhythm transforms instantly. It becomes smooth, orderly, mathematically coherent. Scientists have given this state a name: cardiac coherence. When your heart enters this state of coherence, the electromagnetic field you emit becomes a powerful, organized wave of energy. It's as if your heart begins broadcasting a perfect harmonic signal to every cell in your body and to the field of energy surrounding you. Cardiac coherence is the biological master key that unlocks your innate self-healing capacity. When your heart achieves this state, it literally entrains your brain to match its rhythm. Your brainwave patterns shift from beta, the state of alert stress and scattered attention, down into alpha and theta, the states associated with deep relaxation, creative flow, and access to subconscious programming. It's in these slower brainwave states that your body activates its most powerful repair and regeneration mechanisms. The production of stress hormones like cortisol drops dramatically. the production of regenerative hormones like DHEA increases substantially. In this environment of coherence, all the cells of your body, which moments before were vibrating in conflict and disorder, begin to synchronize with one another. They stop working against each other and begin functioning as a unified system, like an orchestra that's finally found its fundamental tone and can now play in perfect harmony. Disease, whether it manifests as physical illness, mental disturbance, or emotional suffering, simply cannot maintain itself in this field of high vibration and coherent order. Healing isn't a battle you wage against illness. It's a surrender to coherence, a return to the natural flow state where vital energy moves through your system without obstruction or resistance. The question everyone asks at this point is how? How do you activate cardiac coherence quickly and reliably? Meditation works. Gratitude practices work. But they can take time to master. However, the ancient masters knew a shortcut. They knew there was a sonic key, a specific vocal technology that could induce cardiac coherence almost instantaneously. A direct command that speaks to your body's operating system. And this key wasn't a magic spell or prayer. It was physics. It was the precise application of acoustic science to human biology. The sounds used by ancient healing masters weren't prayers of supplication to external deities. They were technologies. These masters understood that certain vocalizations, when produced with specific intention and pronunciation, functioned as vibrational tools capable of directly interfacing with human physiology. This wasn't mysticism. This was acoustic engineering applied to consciousness. Precise vocal science. One example that survived in ancient texts is the Aramaic word Ephphatha, which Christian scripture says Jesus used to heal a man who couldn't hear. Traditional translation interprets this as "be opened," but the actual power doesn't reside in the meaning of the word. The power lives in its vibration. Modern linguistic analysis of ancient languages like Aramaic, Hebrew, and Sanskrit reveals something fascinating. The proper vocalization of these sacred sounds creates very specific resonance patterns in the physical body. The combination of particular consonants and vowels, the way breath and sound vibrate through lips, nasal passages, and chest cavity, none of this is random. In the case of Ephphatha, the initial consonant cluster followed by the extended vowel sound creates a vibration that, according to Essene texts discovered in the Qumran caves, directly activates the vagus nerve. This detail has been completely lost in modern translation and interpretation. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body. It's an information superhighway connecting your brain to virtually every major organ: your heart, your lungs, your digestive system. It serves as the primary regulator of your parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest, repair, and regeneration. When you stimulate the vagus nerve, you're essentially sending a direct command to your entire body to exit fight-or-flight survival mode and enter rest and restore, healing mode. It's like having a direct access code to your biological control panel. The vocalization of these ancient sounds wasn't an appeal to an external power source. It was a direct instruction to the nervous system. A command for your body to realign itself with its original blueprint of perfect health. The frequencies generated by these vocalizations, typically in the range of 7 to 11 Hz, correspond precisely to theta brainwave patterns. Theta is the consciousness state you experience in that liminal space between waking and sleeping. a state of profound relaxation where your subconscious mind becomes accessible and receptive to new programming. When you combine these three elements, the technology becomes complete. First, cultivated emotion and focused intention to generate cardiac coherence, the amplifier. Second, vocalization of sacred sound to activate vagal tone and entrain brainwave patterns, the key. Third, clear visualization of healing already complete in the present moment, the instruction. Together, these components become the master key that opens the doors of perception and activates your body's internal pharmacy, releases all the healing potential that has always existed latent inside you. This technology doesn't create something new. It awakens what already exists. It doesn't fix you from the outside. It reminds your body how to heal itself from the inside. It's an activation protocol, not an intervention. And this activation occurs at the deepest level of your existence, at the level of cellular memory that's been waiting patiently for the right signal to wake it up. Now, what we're exploring today is the foundation, the entry point into frequency consciousness. But understand that this healing frequency is just one of 9 master frequencies that together form the complete architecture of conscious reality creation. If you're feeling the resonance of what we've covered and you're ready to explore the full system, from breaking free from survival static to becoming the conscious broadcast itself, I've documented everything in Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. It's linked in the pinned comment below. Every single one of the trillions of cells that comprise your physical body is a living archive. Within each cell, encoded in the helical structure of its DNA and stored in the crystalline water filling its membrane, exists a complete record. A perfect memory of optimal health. Think of this as the original schematic, the blueprint of your body's most vital and radiant expression. This cellular memory is your true nature. It doesn't know disease. It doesn't recognize aging or decay. It knows only harmony, regeneration, and the uninterrupted flow of life force energy. This memory is your birthright. So why do we experience illness? Throughout the course of life, experiences of trauma, prolonged stress, negative thought loops, and exposure to toxic substances create layers of vibrational interference. It's as if layers of acoustic dust settle over the original blueprint. These frequencies of fear, pain, and disorder obscure the primordial memory of health stored in your cells. The cell forgets its original harmonic signature and begins vibrating at a distorted frequency. When enough cells lose their connection to the original song, the dissonance manifests in your physical body as symptoms and disease. This is where the forbidden frequency of Thoth enters the picture. It functions like a cosmic tuning fork. A tuning fork is a precision instrument that, when struck, vibrates at one pure, unchanging frequency. If you hold a vibrating tuning fork near an instrument that's out of tune, something remarkable happens. The strings of that instrument begin to vibrate in sympathy with the fork, automatically adjusting themselves to match the correct pitch. The sacred frequency does exactly this to your cells. It broadcasts the pure tone of perfect health, the vibration of the original blueprint, and your cells, through a physics principle called sympathetic resonance, begin vibrating in harmony with that signal. The structured water inside each cell, as contemporary research has validated, responds instantaneously to this coherent vibration. Water molecules that were trapped in chaotic, disordered configurations begin reorganizing themselves into crystalline, geometric patterns, like the perfect snowflakes Dr. Emoto photographed. This process is actually a form of vibrational detoxification. The stagnant frequencies of fear, trauma, and pain that were lodged in cellular water memory get released. The acoustic dust gets shaken loose, and the cell regains access to its original blueprint. Healing at this fundamental level isn't about creating something new or introducing a foreign substance. It's about removing what doesn't belong, clearing away the static so the original transmission can broadcast clearly again. The innate intelligence of your body, which never actually disappeared, but was simply being drowned out by noise, can finally resume its natural orchestration. Your body doesn't need external forces to fix it. Your body knows exactly how to heal itself. It just needs to be reminded. It needs to hear its own true frequency again. Needs to be reactivated by its own inner wisdom through exposure to the right sound. This process of awakening cellular memory isn't gradual. It can be instant. The moment the correct frequency is introduced and amplified through cardiac coherence, transformation initiates. It's a cascade of harmony that propagates from cell to cell, restoring order and vitality throughout your entire system. And this frequency that's been guarded for millennia isn't a random number pulled from mystical tradition. It's a mathematical constant woven into the fabric of our universe, a vibration that connects your DNA to the furthest reaches of space. The time has come to reveal exactly what this frequency is. The forbidden sound of Thoth. 432 Hertz. The moment of revelation has arrived. All the ancient wisdom, all the encrypted knowledge left in sacred texts and temple architecture, all the discoveries emerging from quantum biology and consciousness research. They all point to one specific frequency, a vibration that was revered by ancient cultures from Egypt to Greece to India as the fundamental frequency of life itself. The forbidden sound of Thoth, the key to activating your innate healing capacity, is intrinsically linked to the frequency of 432 Hertz. This number isn't arbitrary mysticism. It's a mathematical key that unlocks universal harmony and therefore unlocks the harmony coded within you. To understand why 432 Hertz is significant, we need to talk about the tuning standard for modern music. Since the 1950s, the international standard for musical tuning has been 440 Hertz. Nearly all the music you encounter on radio, streaming platforms, in concert halls, in your headphones, is tuned to this standard. But here's what most people don't know. This tuning is a historical anomaly, an aberration. For thousands of years across multiple civilizations, music was tuned so that the note A vibrated at 432 Hertz. This apparently small difference of 8 Hertz creates profound effects on human biology and consciousness. The frequency of 432 Hertz wasn't chosen by ancient cultures through random experimentation. It emerges naturally from the mathematical patterns underlying reality. It resonates with the Fibonacci sequence, that logarithmic spiral pattern that describes growth and form throughout nature. From the spiral of a galaxy, to the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower, to the curve of a nautilus shell, 432 Hertz aligns with the golden ratio, phi, the divine proportion that represents perfect beauty and harmony in mathematics and aesthetics. In other words, 432 Hertz is the sonic embodiment of sacred geometry. It's the music of creation itself. It's a sound intrinsically connected to the electromagnetic resonance of planet Earth and the biological rhythms of the human organism. When you listen to sound tuned to 432 Hertz, your body recognizes it at a deep, cellular, pre-conscious level. It doesn't register as foreign or artificial the way 440 Hertz does. It registers as home. Research demonstrates that exposure to 432 Hz music tends to synchronize the left and right hemispheres of the brain, promoting integrated thinking, enhanced intuition, and mental clarity. It naturally induces cardiac coherence and activates parasympathetic nervous system response, lowering blood pressure, reducing heart rate, calming the entire organism. The water within your cells responds to this mathematical harmony by spontaneously organizing itself into more coherent and healthy structures. The testimonials from people who've begun listening to music tuned to 432 Hz or using tuning forks calibrated to this frequency are remarkable. They describe sensations of profound and inexplicable peace, dramatic reductions in chronic anxiety, significant improvements in sleep quality and dream recall, and in numerous documented cases, the spontaneous remission of chronic pain conditions and long-standing illnesses that conventional medicine had failed to resolve. This isn't mystical belief creating placebo effects. This is physics. This is the principle of resonance at work. Your body, which is a microcosm of the universal macrocosm, is simply realigning itself with the harmonic frequency of existence itself. Drop a comment below and share what's shifting for you as you hear this. What sensations are you noticing in your body right now? What inner knowing is awakening? This is the sound that activates your dormant healing power. The 432 Hz frequency is the fundamental note that reminds your body of its original song. It doesn't force healing through chemical intervention. It creates the perfect vibrational environment for healing to emerge organically from within. By exposing yourself to this frequency, you're recalibrating your personal energy field to align with the energy field of life itself. And when that alignment occurs, the healing of physical symptoms is just the beginning. You begin resonating with the fundamental fabric of reality in a way that transforms everything. As you begin attuning your internal instrument to the frequency of 432 Hz, you initiate a process that extends far beyond physical healing. You begin resonating directly with what we might call the symphony of the universe. Ancient Hermetic philosophy expressed this in the axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without. This isn't poetic metaphor. It's describing the literal truth that there is no separation between inner and outer, between self and cosmos. The same mathematical laws, geometric patterns, and harmonic frequencies that govern the movement of planets and stars operate within you, in the beating of your heart, in the firing of your neurons, in every thought you generate. When you exist in a state of dissonance, vibrating with the chaotic frequencies of fear and stress, you're essentially swimming against the current of cosmic flow. Life feels like constant struggle. Things seem to go wrong for no reason. You feel disconnected, isolated, powerless against circumstances that appear random and hostile. But when you shift into a state of coherence, aligned with the harmonic frequency of existence, something fundamental changes in your perception. The illusion of separation between you and the universe begins dissolving. You stop experiencing yourself as an isolated drop of consciousness and begin recognizing yourself as a wave in the infinite ocean of existence. In this state of resonance, synchronicity stops being a rare curiosity and becomes your baseline experience. Meaningful coincidences begin occurring with startling frequency. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they call you that same day. You need specific information, and it appears in a book that falls off a shelf or in a conversation you overhear. The right people, the right opportunities, The right resources seem to materialize in your life exactly when you need them most. This isn't luck. This isn't wishful thinking or confirmation bias. This is the universe responding to the clear, coherent signal you're now broadcasting. You become a magnet for experiences and circumstances that match your internal vibrational state. Your intuition, which previously felt like a faint and unreliable whisper buried under mental noise, becomes a clear and unmistakable inner compass. You simply know what action to take. You feel which direction to move, which choice to make. Confidence replaces doubt. Clarity replaces confusion. You stop constantly seeking answers outside yourself because you've discovered that the intelligence of the entire universe is accessible within you through the gateway of your coherent heart. The journey of personal healing reveals itself to be what it always was underneath. A journey of remembering unity. You rediscover the truth that you were never actually separate from the whole. That the same creative intelligence that shapes galaxies and orchestrates the dance of electrons is the intelligence that heals your cells and guides your path. The exhausting struggle against life dissolves, and in its place emerges something that feels like a dance. You learn to flow with the rhythms of existence rather than resisting them. To trust the process rather than trying to control every outcome. To know in your bones that everything is unfolding according to perfect divine order even when your rational mind can't see the pattern yet. The healing of your physical body becomes revealed as a side effect of a much more profound transformation. An expansion of consciousness that touches every dimension of your being. This resonance with universal harmony isn't an abstract philosophical concept. It's a lived, felt experience. It's a bone-deep knowing of belonging, of peace, of silent power that permeates your entire existence. You stop trying to manipulate and control life, and instead become a conscious co-creator with life. And this fundamental shift in perception, from separation to unity, from resistance to flow, is what catalyzes the most radical transformation a human being can undergo. The transformation that occurs when you align with this frequency extends far beyond the relief of physical symptoms. It's a complete reconfiguration of your being at every level. Those limiting thought patterns that have been running your life for decades. The voices that say, "I'm not good enough," or "life is suffering," or "I don't deserve happiness." They begin losing their power over you. They dissolve like morning mist under sunlight. Not because you fought against them or tried to replace them with positive affirmations, but because your new vibrational state simply no longer supports their existence. Toxic emotional patterns like chronic anger, accumulated resentment, and persistent anxiety that previously felt like permanent features of your personality begin dissipating naturally. All the energy you were unconsciously spending to maintain those patterns of disharmony gets freed up. And that energy doesn't disappear into nothing. It gets redirected toward creativity, vitality, purpose, and the pure joy of being alive. You don't just feel incrementally better. You become fundamentally different. You wake up in the morning with a sense of possibility and lightness that you may not have experienced since early childhood. Your perception of reality expands. You begin seeing beauty, meaning, and perfection in places where previously you only perceived problems, flaws, and things that needed fixing. The existential fear of death and the terror of uncertainty, which is the root cause of so much human suffering, gives way to a profound trust in the eternal flow of existence. You understand, at a cellular level, that you are fundamentally a being of energy and consciousness. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only transforms from one state to another. The transformation is radical precisely because it's not about adding something new to who you are. It's about removing everything that isn't you. Stripping away the layers of false identity, conditioning, and accumulated trauma to reveal the authentic, powerful being that has always existed beneath the surface. It is the emergence of your true self, liberated from the chains of your personal history and the illusion of separation. People in your life will notice the shift. They may not be able to articulate what's different about you, but they'll feel it. A new quality of light, a calmness, a presence that somehow manages to be both powerful and peaceful simultaneously. Your relationships undergo transformation. You stop attracting people and situations that resonate with your old patterns of wounding and begin drawing in connections that reflect your new frequency of harmony and authenticity. You stop reacting to life on autopilot, driven by unconscious programming, and begin responding consciously to each moment as it arises. Situations that previously would have knocked you completely off balance are now perceived from an entirely different vantage point, as opportunities for growth and learning rather than threats to your well-being. You become less reactive and more responsive. Life stops being something that happens to you, something you're at the mercy of, and becomes something that flows through you. You recognize yourself as a channel for creativity, intuition, and healing energy. This transformation isn't a final destination where you arrive and stop growing. It's the beginning of an entirely new way of being human. It's an awakening to the reality that you are infinitely more powerful, more vast, more capable than you were ever taught to believe. And when you anchor this truth deeply within yourself, you realize that the greatest gift you've received isn't meant to be hoarded. It carries with it an implicit responsibility to become a beacon that lights the way for others. Which brings us to the final phase of this journey. The spiritual journey doesn't reach completion when you discover the light within yourself. That discovery is where the real journey begins. The true challenge and the genuine beauty of this path isn't just achieving a temporary state of healing and coherence. It's integrating this new frequency into the fabric of your everyday life. You return to your work, your family, your daily routines, but you return as someone fundamentally changed. The external world may look identical to how it appeared before, but your perception of it, your relationship to it, has been irrevocably transformed. You carry with you the unshakable knowing of your innate power. The practice of listening to music tuned to 432 Hz, or vocalizing at this frequency, or simply cultivating cardiac coherence through conscious emotion and intention. This becomes your living anchor, a daily ritual that continuously reminds you of your true nature. A reference point you can always return to when the chaos of the world attempts to pull you back into old patterns of dissonance. This journey wasn't an escape from reality. It was a deeper penetration into reality, a more direct engagement with what is. Armed with new understanding and new tools, you're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the conscious conductor of your own symphony. And this is where responsibility enters the equation. The knowledge you've integrated, the healing you've experienced, the transformation you've undergone, none of this is private property meant to be kept locked away. It's a flame. And the nature of flame is to spread, to illuminate everything it touches. Sharing this vibration doesn't diminish your own light. it amplifies it exponentially. Every person you help awaken to their own healing capacity, whether through direct teaching, through the example of your transformed presence, or through simple acts of kindness and authentic connection, that person becomes another source of light in the world. Personal transformation becomes the catalyst for collective transformation. You become a living transmitter of the frequency. This transmission doesn't happen through preaching or proselytizing or trying to convince skeptics of what you've discovered. It happens through your presence, through your own elevated vibrational state. Human beings are naturally drawn to coherence the way plants are drawn to sunlight. When you exist in a state of coherent harmony, you become a resonance field that positively influences everyone who enters your energetic space, often without you speaking a single word. Healing spreads through contact, the way ripples spread across water when a stone breaks the surface. Consider returning to this video each morning for the next week. Let it recalibrate your frequency as you begin your day. And when you feel called, share it with someone in your life who's ready to remember their power. That act of sharing creates an energetic ripple that amplifies your own coherence while simultaneously activating theirs. You become a tuning fork for their awakening, and they become a tuning fork for yours. This is how collective consciousness shifts one transmission at a time. If you've stayed with me all the way to this point, it means something inside you recognized truth in what you've heard. This recognition isn't coincidence, it's resonance. Take a moment right now and comment below with this declaration. My frequency is changing. Let that be your signal to the field that you're consciously choosing alignment. Your presence here, your attention throughout this entire transmission, is already contributing to the growth of this work, and I'm deeply grateful for that. Your journey doesn't have to end here. In fact, I hope it doesn't. I've prepared something specifically for you. A next step that goes even deeper into what we've explored together today. That video is already queued up and ready to play. Don't click away yet. Let's continue this transmission together. I'll meet you there. Now that you understand how the 432 Hz frequency activates cellular healing, you're ready to discover the hidden self-healing mechanism that exists inside your head. A button that once activated creates instantaneous shifts in your biology and consciousness. The ancients encoded this knowledge in the teachings of Thoth himself. Click the video appearing now to unlock what's been waiting inside you all along.